Welcome back, everyone, and happy Patchnotes Day. This morning, Wargmaing released the patch notes to the upcoming June 2021 update, and there's a lot of information to unpack. In the background here, we have a game of Capture the Base on Haven, and let's dig right into what Wargmaing gave us. So the biggest news right off the bat, we're getting a split in the United States battleship line. We're going to get early access to 3 of these ships, the Tier 4 Nevada, Tier 5 Tennessee, and the Tier 6 North Carolina. And it looks like starting next update, we will have access to the Tier 7 Kansas, which I'm really excited for. Each of these ships look to be a little bit different, have quite the bit of firepower, the unique American firepower that you see with these ships, and it's going to be a lot of fun. In addition to this, we're getting a new bureau project for the USS Oklahoma, which is a Tier 4 premium battleship. And the kind of key part of this is very similar to the way they did the California project. You're going to get permanent camos for several different ships when you go through this. So for this one, not only will you get the USS Oklahoma at the end, but as you complete the different segments, you will get permanent camos for the Nevada, Tennessee, North Carolina, Kansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado, and New York. And you're going to get that standard flag camo that you see on a lot of the USN light cruisers, and I think the Iowa also has it. I'm looking forward to that, getting some permanent camos. We're also getting the Georgia on My Mind campaign. This is a Tier 7 battleship. Unfortunately, another Tier 7 battleship for a campaign. But big guns, 457mm guns on 3 turrets, total of 6 guns. Absolutely punishing. You also get an engine boost on this ship. I'm looking forward to once I unlock it and getting to play a little bit and do a video on it. Should be a really good time. So not only are we're getting all these American battleships, later on in the update too, it said the USS Florida is going to be a Tier 6 premium that will be available for doubloons. So it's just dumping so many new United States battleships into the game, and it's going to be a lot to sort through and look at. The other big line coming to the game are German aircraft carriers. And we'll have access to all of these on Monday. You're going to have the Tier 3 Rhine, the Tier 5 Weser, and the Tier 7 August von Percival. And the key part about these ships is that they are equipped with AP bombs, so they can get Citadel hits. And then you also get the fastest torpedoes for torpedo bombers. Now, they are shorter range, so you have to get much closer to the ship. But faster torpedoes, I think, are going to be a deadly combination with the AP bombs. I'm looking forward to trying these out. So if you're keeping count, if you have enough global XP to just go all the way through the German line, and you get lucky with getting these crates and unlocking some of these battleships with early access, you could have up to 6 or 7 brand new ships in your port on Monday if you want to go ahead and buy out the Georgia on My Mind campaign as well. So it's going to be really, really interesting. In addition to getting these German CVs, we're going to get Hans Gessler, who's going to be the German CV Special Commander. And if you have the promotion orders, you're going to be looking to grind this line. It sounds like it's going to be worth it to go ahead and put the promotions orders into him to get the most out of these boats. In addition to this new line, we're also going to be adding in a new consumable for all carrier lines, and it's called an evasive maneuver. You're going to be able to take no damage from AA for up to 6 seconds. And it seems like that's going to be very interesting, especially because some of the carriers got buffed, especially the Americans. They got buffed. They got an increased fire chance and an increase in damage. So carriers are getting a little scope creep right now. I'm not too concerned yet, but it is something to keep an eye on to see how that goes forward. In addition, another thing the community has been asking for, spotting ribbons. Now, they're only going to be available to CVs at this point, but they're going to be starting on Monday, and you're going to be able to see when you're spotting and be able to just see a material difference in your you know, basically you're going to get rewarded for spotting. I'm looking forward to that, just to have that little bit of reassurance that what you're doing is going well for the team and doing a lot of good. Moving on, Arena Season 4. This is going to be running from June 24th to July 12th. Again, it's going to be 4 teams going up against each other, every team for themselves. But this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to have a little bit of a stellar clash feel to it. You're going to have the ability to sail around and pick up boosters that will boost your ship stats. Interested to see how that is, because if you did during Stellar Clash, you could virtually become unkillable. So it's going to be interesting to see how Wargaming balances that out in this game type. Also, with this season of Arena, it's not going to be just purely whoever plays the most game. The way the scoreboard will work is that it will only take the scores from your top 15 games each day that will count towards your total score. So if you play 50, only your top 15 games are going to count. And I think it's going to make it a lot more balanced. It's going to be a lot more skill that's required. It's not just going to be a pure grind. So I'm looking forward to that change. But again, the consumable and the stat boosters, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So we'll see how that is moving forward. Several balance changes were made. I'm not going to cover all of them. I'm going to touch on a couple, well, the one main important one, and it was legendary matchmaking. Personally, I had complained about legendary matchmaking for a while now, saying that it needed to be fixed. There were a lot of games that were extremely imbalanced, and Wargaming has addressed that. Moving forward, starting Monday, legendary ships will be matched type to type in standard battles. Meaning, if one team has 2 destroyers, the other team will also have 2 legendary destroyers. If you have 4 battleships, the other team will also have 4 battleships. And the idea is that this will balance out the firepower and the health pool that both teams have. And this is a necessary change. Ultimately, I would love to see legendary just get its own game mode. I know that's asking a lot, but this is a step in the right direction and something I think is very much needed. A couple other notes. We get quote-unquote new Global XP ships. Benham in Massachusetts will be available for Global XP. And then, as I stated earlier, we're also going to be getting the Tier 6 Battleship Florida, which will be available for doubloons. And absolutely awesome. Just so many new ships coming to the game. It's going to be a fun update. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been this excited for an update in a while. So I think it's going to keep me busy grinding these new German ships, trying to figure them out, learn them, and then trying to figure out these new American battleships, see what they have to offer and how they differ from the standard tech tree that we're all used to. Battleships galore, German carriers, and just a whole lot of changes that we have come to look forward to and expect. I'm curious what you guys think. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Are you excited for the Georgia? Are you excited for these new American battleships? I'm excited. I'm a little bit biased. I'm American, so seeing this many more American ships is going to be fun. At this pace, we're going to have a ship for every state before too long. But it is going to be a lot of fun seeing what Wargaming is able to do with these new ships. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, leave them below down in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.